MLS properties. We want to get you access, you mentioned earlier, to foreclosures, bank-owned homes, auctions for sale by owners, and builder homes. Homes is not listed online is what we want to make sure that you get access to so you can beat other buyers to them. And then here we talk about the home inspection. If a deal's going to fall apart, Bianca, this is where it falls apart, at the home inspection. Because what happens is you saw the home, you guys loved it, the seller said you can have it, and then the next step is for you to get a home inspection. A home inspection costs anywhere from $300 to about $350. In Georgia, you're not required to get a home inspection, but as a person who's representing you, I'm going to say 100% of the time, you should get a home inspection, right? But something is going to come back on a home inspection. I don't care if it's a brand new home just built yesterday, something's going to come back on a home inspection. So what we're going to do is make sure we negotiate anything that's major, which is roofing, plumbing, structural, electrical, anything like that. And then we're going to leave off anything that might be minor, right? Because what we don't want to do is nitpick the seller on all the minor stuff that's wrong with the house, and then you guys lose the home that you love. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and then we'll just make sure that all our fiduciary obligations, responsibilities only go to you guys. So we have our VIP home buying system where we focus on your needs. So how does that work? Basically, step one, you've already got 3 pre-approvals, so you're ahead of the game. You know what's going out there. You know what's going on with rates. Guaranteed Home Loans is a company I own, right? It's the largest mortgage brokerage here in Metro Atlanta. So a lot of times our clients, we can get them access to special financing, and you can get rates somewhere between 2 to 3% below market value by doing a buy down. And we can talk about how that works when you get to that point. So 100% of the buyers that we have approved at Guaranteed Home Loans for years and years and years have closed on time, because you mentioned something like Navy Federal, and to us we go, oh my God, no, Navy Federal, like Navy Federal never closes on time. And then, like you talked about before, when you were under contract a few years ago and the deal didn't close, the seller wanted to start paying. They wanted you to start paying extra dollars every single day into the closing day, right? And next thing you know, you're out of thousands of dollars when you could have just went with Guaranteed Home Loans, so we could close on time, right? So that's awesome. We also give you a guarantee that says you're either going to close on time guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000 at closing. So we put our money where our mouth is to make sure that that happens for you. So let's talk about step 2, which you already know about. The pre-approval process is basically we look at your credit. We're going to look at all your financial details, income, assets. We're going to issue a pre-approval letter, and then you're going to start looking. So the difference of what we do at Guaranteed Home Loans versus other lenders is we're going to actually ask you for W-2s and pay stubs, your bank statements, and prove everything, run you through an automated underwriting system. So when we give you an approval, it's a direct approval from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or HUD for your loan. So what that's going to do is it's going to bump you up when we send it over to the seller versus a person who just has a regular approval. Like your approval is going to be directly from HUD, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and they're going to be like, okay, well, she's basically, all we need to do is get an appraisal and title and close. It's just as if you're a cash buyer, because cash buyers need appraisal and title to close as well. So we get you all the way to the front of the line. Okay, you with me?
I'm following. I'm wondering how you do that, but I'm following you.
Awesome. Thanks for thinking of those questions. That's awesome. So the pre-approval lets us know how much home you can afford. We're gonna make sure you get the best financing, lowest rate and terms, right? And then we're gonna make sure that you can make a strong offer versus somebody with just a pre-approval. So, because most lenders, what they do is they say, hey, Bianca, how much do you make a year? How much money do you have? They just take your word for it. And then at the bottom of the pre-approval, it says everything has to be verified. So a lot of times, like if I have a home listed and a client just comes to me with a pre-approval letter and it says that by law that they haven't been basically verified, it's just verbal conversation. I'm like, well, I'll go with the other offer that's already been verified, just so you know, like I won't even look at your offer. All right, so let's talk about step 3, which is step 2, which is email you properties matching your criteria. I'm going to take your home buying criteria down every day about 4 o'clock in the morning, because I know you're up around 3:30 in the morning every day, right? Getting your day started. That was a joke. You're going to get emails about properties, and then you'll be able to sort through them at your leisure. You and your family can drive by the properties, take a look at them, and decide which ones that you want to see the inside on, making sure you like the, the outside, the neighborhood, and things of that nature. So you'll be able to beat other buyers to homes because of our technology, right? How our technology works, which you'll find out shortly, because I'm going to put you in our system. And then once I get your criteria, you're going to start to see how all the access technology, open houses, all the things that you need to, find the home that you love, how that works for you. And then we're going to close everything on time, hassle-free, because my number one goal is this: to get a video testimonial from you at closing saying how easy the process was, how awesome it was, and I want you to give me referrals, right? My number one goal is not a commission check, because there's real estate agents out here that get commission checks that don't do a good job. But I want to make sure that I get a 5-star review from you on Google. I want to make sure you give me referrals, and I want to make sure you give me a video testimonial that I can use to market to other people as well. So keep that in mind. That's my goal. All right, so here's the ABCs of real estate. This is what most real estate agents do, and you tell me if you've ever heard of this. They advertise a home to get you to call them. They beg you to come and talk to them. They choose homes paying them the highest commission. They drive you from house to house, encourage you to make an offer, and then you start to feel frustrated that the homes that they select are not to your liking. Have you ever heard of that happening anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what we do is something totally different. We help you pick houses this way. You're going to tell me exactly what you're looking for in a home today. I'm going to enter into our database. It's going to generate you reports, text, email. You're going to get all kinds of properties that fit your criteria. And then we're going to update you on a regular basis from any and every single real estate company in the state of Georgia, and even for sell by owners, bank-owned homes, auction houses, you'll get properties coming from there as well. Okay? And so how do we put you in control? You're going to get to pick the houses you want to see. You can choose when you want to see them. You guys drive by at your leisure, making sure that, okay, I saw these pictures on the line, the home looks beautiful, but let me drive by the neighborhood to make sure this guy doesn't have a mechanic shop in his driveway or something like that. So when you move in, your property value stays high. And then I'm gonna make sure you get all the information that realtors get. Like if you're a type of person who wants information overload, I can overload you with as much information as you want. Or some people just say, Anthony, hey, I trust you and your team, but send me as much information as possible. So we'll make sure that you know how much the present owners paid for the home, not just limit you to kind of just public information. We have a very extensive database to be able to show you exactly what you might want to see. And then you just tell us which properties you're interested in. I'll do some additional research that I already talked to you about, making sure we check all our LexisNexis databases. We're going to check all the blogs, everything, police blogs, everything, to make sure nothing negative happened in that home. And then we'll take you out to see the inside. So what is our specialized market knowledge about? Every single person on my team is a full-time real estate agent. We don't have any part-time real estate agents. I just don't believe they can do a good job. So every single person is a full-time person. They know all the zoning, land use, construction. We go to all the meetings.